All right, let's get right to it. Welcome back. We're happy to start our 100-day challenge again after a hiatus. And let's see what 10 minutes can do every day to change our health, change our experience of our health, our mind, our body, and our function as we age, as time goes on. We'll start briefly patting sides of the head, front and back of the head, waking up circulation of the brain, turning the head left and right. We'll pat beneath the navel, the low belly, and the chest, briefly passing by these major areas of the body, the low back, down the back of the hips, up to the front inner legs, waking up circulation after a night's sleep, back to the middle, around the hips, one more time, down the sides of the hips, and up the front of the shin. Start to breathe evenly in and out as you follow along. The breath is primary, the movement follows the breath. So here we're gathering the hands behind us, swinging the arms overhead to cross above the face, and then tucking them behind our back. We're making a large circle or more of a figure eight. Imagine a race car on a racetrack following around, tightly around one corner and then turning another corner, piercing behind us, reversing direction, piercing forward, wrapping around the outside, crossing over our face, hugging the curve as we scoot back. Continue on. If you're new to these movements or you've practiced them a good bit with us or elsewhere, both are fine. Don't overly focus on the specifics at this point in time. We'll have plenty of days to get familiar and dig into details of them. Nothing should hurt. Nothing should have sharp shooting pain, but you'll feel stretches or things in areas you don't usually. That's the point. Turning our hips here, our belly button, our hip bones, keeping our knees relatively stable. Let's wake up the spine. So rotating the spine left and right. Here we're swinging the arms up a little higher. Top arm over the shoulder, back arm behind the back. And the arms, if they're loose, they just get to percuss our body. We're not hitting ourselves. We're not using the arm muscles. We're just breathing, turning, waking up all the little rotating muscles of the spine. Starting to press through the hips and feet to find the strength of the legs. Now swinging the arms up in a large circle to bring them back to the midline, impacting the sacrum and low belly. These take time to develop, but you can always stick with the basic arm turning. And now we sort of take a golf swing gone wild. Back foot pivots up on the toes, and the arms just swing up in this sort of arc across this sort of somewhat diagonal plane through the front of our body, opening the top shoulder, wrapping the body with the bottom shoulder, turning the hips. It's a very functional movement. Meaning we use this in real life. It has high function, high application to real life functions. We're turning the spine. Now let's side bend. So we're taking the spine as we begin our day. We're taking the spine in every way it can move. So tracing the hands down one outer thigh towards the knee, reaching up to the head as we do this, sort of arcing the body over like a rainbow, bending. We're not crumpling down like a paper fan, but trying to reach up and through our feet and head. And now we add the arms in. If we reach up with the arms, over to one side, drop an arm and come back, arcing up and over the other way, reaching through the fingertips. Keep that length as you lower and raise an arm. So now we're reminding the shoulder blade and mid-back muscles how to move while the lower back is in a side bent position. And reminding the neck and shoulders how to reach tall without scrunching up the shoulders. We don't want the shoulders up near the ears, tensing the sides of the neck and top of the shoulders. So anytime the arms are up, which will be a lot, we want to keep pulling the shoulder blades down. Here's another way to practice here. We will press up through the legs, reach up to the palms, lower the hands, exhaling. Inhaling, opening the arms to the side, pressing the heavens up, pressing the clouds up, sinking the weight down, lowering the hands. Inhaling, over and up. Exhaling, floating the arms down, bending the legs. Inhaling, reaching out to the fingertips, pressing up to the palm. Continue on. Even see if you can feel your spine reach, your head reach as you do that last one. Let me widen the feet a little more, hands on the back. Let's circle the hips around. Like a bowl placed on the edge of a record, so the pelvic bowl circles around the edge of the record, around the world, reverse directions. Make sure it's a smooth circle, not an oval, not an ellipse, not bumpy or angled on one side, but smooth out that motion. Feet closer together, we do a smaller pelvic rotation now. The pelvis stays where it is, but it rocks on its axis, as if our tailbone is drawing a circle underneath of us. And then let's just pick the knees up high, like you're going to tuck the knee into the armpit. Wake up those hip muscles. Been sleeping for 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 hours. Those big, powerful hip muscles haven't been used in a while, so get some blood into them. Now let's draw that knee in a circle. There's a giant circle in front of us, like a big steering wheel on a bus. We're going to trace that circle all the way across our body, up the outside and down. Just a couple circles each leg. Grab onto something if you need balance. This trains the balance well, so it's good to practice without anything to hold on to. We'll send one knee forward, sort of a easy lunge. Circle that knee around, drawing a circle with that knee. One way then the other, keeping the foot flat on the ground, letting the ankle and foot help, pushing into the ground. Warming up all those tendons on all sides of the knee. Switch sides. Every day we'll be doing this. We have a few different workouts we'll alternate between, but after a dozen days you'll recognize most movements. And even no matter if it's early or late or cloudy or sunny, this will prepare our body for the day and our mind. Here our feet pivot as we turn one direction, both palms turn up. And then we spiral and rotate the shoulders and shoulder girdle the other direction. It should feel as if your hands are pulling in opposite directions strongly. Don't let that back hand lower too much. Wring out all the muscles of the upper back and shoulders. Reaching wide through the arms, pressing in the legs. And let's go a bit wider. This will be our last movement, but we are going to lower the ribs towards the thigh, the upper leg. Just to wake up the groin muscles and the deep hips. Press into the foot to come up. Don't strain your back